My daughter found it out. Very proud of her. Very grateful I've been discovered before it's too late. You won't shoot me, will they, Smith? I know I could be very useful in a labor camp.
Room 101.
No. Please. You don't have to take me there. Why? There's nothing I won't confess. Nothing. I've told you everything already. What is it you want me to know? Take him instead of me. He's the thought criminal. It's him you want.
Reminds me of The Godfather. Alive? No? Okay, hold on. Here we go. Hey everybody. Big things happened early this morning. We went ahead and just bought a ticket to DC. And I redid my microphone so you can see my pretty face and it won't be blocked. But you can still see the MTM logo. I should turn it like that so you could see it. Anyway, I was going to start out talking about going to the club last night, but more pressing issues have come to light. We'll start out with this. Proud Boys African-American leader Enrique Tarrio has been arrested in D.C. That's right. Do I have a headline pulled up? No, you have to take my word for it. As if you haven't already heard, I know who watches this show. Nobody. But, is Monday, I'm still in my PJs. I think I want to make Monday PJ Day. Now, first question, do you say pajamas or pajamas? Or do you just say PJs? There was a time I just remained naked. I thought PJs were ridiculous. But with COVID now being at the forefront of everybody's lives and affecting people's incomes, I've been keeping my heat turned down very low to save on my electric bill. That's right. It's getting desperate out there. Desperate times, desperate measures. I even bought these fancy house shoes. They keep my tootsies warm. And they're great. And I'm saving like $20 a month on my electric. It's tight. But anyway, I've had to make some concessions. And it cost Murder the Media about $2,500 for flights, accommodations, car rentals, and meals to send a correspondent all the way from Monte Rio to DC last minute. But follow this page. Stay tuned. We will be streaming from this big DC event going on Wednesday. Another thing I forgot to do was take a Zyrtec. Hold on, I just got asked to echo something. Okay, they want me to echo this. Let me read it. I'm going to pull it up on Parler. I'm supposed to echo Proud Boys chairman Enrique Tarrio seems might have been arrested. So right there I can't share it. Because y'all know me and needing to be grammatically correct. In DC, more to come. And then there's a tweet from Matt Couch that says, leader of the Proud Boys and my friend Enrique Tarrio is being arrested for a misdemeanor in Washington, D.C. as he just landed at the airport. They are arresting him for taking the fall for the burning of the Black Lives Matter banner at the last event, per Joe Biggs. This is where my not taking a Zyrtec has become a problem. I've been trying not to sneeze reading that entire thing. BlackVill'd, if you're watching this, hold on. Alright, I did coke last night, okay? Jeez! I didn't really. I just have seasonal allergies. BlackVill'd, if you're watching... Hold on, I got an idea, because I was going to do this anyway. Let me open the comments section, and this is what I will say. I assumed people would be asking about the Enrique Tarrio situation. I assumed people would be concerned about the Enrique Tarrio situation. But let me assure you, and I want you to really think about this, not from a knee-jerk reaction point of view, but from a point of view of what you've seen for like the last, I don't know, 2-3 years when it comes to not just Enrique Tarrio, but people like Enrique Tarrio. I'm not disparaging the man at all, one iota. What I'm trying to tell you guys is, if you're freaking out right now that Enrique Tarrio got arrested for a misdemeanor, calm the fuck down. This is one of the best things that can happen to somebody like Enrique Tarrio. Without sharing this on Parler, I have already seen it in the last hour at least 10 different places, 10 different ways. Okay? Enrique is giddy right now. You know how many shirts he's sitting in a jail cell right now. Maybe. It's a misdemeanor charge. He might be sitting in a jail cell right now. And if he is, he's going, what can I put on a t-shirt that will sell? Here's one, Persecuted Proud Boys. That just sold 200. I don't even want to cut. Persecuted Proud Boys. Guys, the man is happy right now. If I was able to talk to the guy, he'd say, this is phenomenal. I couldn't have hoped for anything better. They arrested me early. I'll be out in time for the DC Save the Steal, Stop the Steal rally. It's going to go great. So, BlackVill'd, if you're watching, I'm not gonna echo that. Give me something better. Give me something better to echo. Give me something like breaking news. Not really breaking anymore. Enrique Tarrio, leader of the Proud Boys, has been detained in Washington, D.C. moments before the Stop the Steal rally. You got to jazz that shit up, man. Jazz it up. Send it back to me. I'll echo it. But yeah, I saw another thing. I might have to get the computer out for this, guys. And I am watching the comments. Let me just say hi to everybody. Jordan says, the War Boys never bailed me out. No Foolin' Toolin' says, Enrique is getting free publicity. Marilyn Manson's band used to get arrested on purpose for publicity. Yeah, no publicity is bad publicity, is I believe what they say. Dead Boy Jordan says, Echo, Parlor Faggot, P-H-A-G-G-I-T. Janet says, hey boys. Hi, Janet. Let's go. I'm confused who y'all talking about. Bail money t-shirts. Exactly. Here's another t-shirt idea. I went to D.C. to stop the steal. Older people would love this. I went to D.C. to stop the steal, and all I got was arrested by the police department, who I still support because I back the blue, and they can do no wrong. They're just doing their job. They're just following orders. MAGA 2024 reelect Trump. That's mine. I'm taking that. We'll be in DC. We'll be in DC. We'll be super gay. Won't be talking to CNN. I hope that we will be talking to CNN. I hope we get Murder the Media out there wherever we can. Guys, if you're watching this right now, we will be there. We will be updating you constantly on Telegram, on Parler. That's probably it. Jordan says, nobody bail out Enrique. Who is coming with me to DC to get super gay and talk to CNN? I wish I could. I have to pay these bills. I got my Trump bucks. Back to what I was starting out talking about in the beginning. I got my Trump bucks and immediately blew it on whores and drugs. But I put it back into the economy. And I put a lot of it into the black economy. I don't mean the race of people. I mean like the underground economy. All my money, you ready for this? You ready for this? I spent it tax-free, dog. Drug dealers don't want tax. Whores don't want tax. Now, I think strippers get taxed on their tips. But you think they can just hide the money. I mean, it's a cash business. I've only given a stripper a check once. And that was because of blackmail. I still canceled it. Let me go back down on the comments. But this all reminds me, I saw another thing today. Oh, breaking: Proud Boys National Chairman Enrique Tarrio arrested for misdemeanor hate crime in Washington, D.C. Sources say Trump may pardon. Ooh. If Trump pardons Enrique, do you know how many hats that's gonna sell? I was bailed out. I was pardoned by President Trump. Gatani22, the question is, Dick headed to D.C.? Yes, sir. We got the plane ticket. We got the microphone, we got the shirts, we got the battery chargers, we got the car rental, and I think we're getting the hotel today. See, when we were doing all this last night, for whatever reason, probably because it was being finalized around 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning here, in my head, he was flying out today. In my head, today was Tuesday, and I was freaking the fuck out. Luckily, we have a day to plan. I heard he got a microphone cable. If he didn't, let me show you this. I know I'm talking fast, but I feel like I gotta cram a bunch of stuff in here. Look at this microphone, right? Just looks like your standard, everyday microphone. Now, this will not work. We've tried a million ways on the Streamlabs mobile platform. Don't know why. The microphone works plugged into a phone. It does not work plugged into a phone while using Streamlabs. But what I did was I took a lavalier microphone. I can't take this off and show you because it's a rubber band holding it on. This is an empty plastic case. And then there's a little tiny lavalier microphone in here screwed into this piece. And then we took the Murder the Media flag and electrical taped it on there. This isn't a real microphone, basically. I spent an hour making this last night because we didn't have a cable to use a real microphone like this one. And now it appears they bought a cable at the store today. So I did all this for nothing. But it does work if I want to use it for something. I'm going to keep reading the comments, but I'm also going to pull up a little something that I saw on Telegram not too long ago. Let me see if I can find it. Download it, because I can't show you the chat. Let's see. Audio. I hate doing this because y'all are like, what is he doing? What is he talking about? Damn it. I saw a, I don't know what you would call it. I'm not great with my legal jargon. Like, affidavit or, you know when you serve somebody papers or whatever. Okay, I found it. Hang on one second. I'm going to pull it up now. I'm going to download it first. We'll just make it a bunch of D's so I know where it is. Okay. Now check this out, guys. Oh, I hope you can hear me. My mic's further away than usual. Okay. Sorry for the delay. I needed to pull that up. Now. No. Move. Okay. I don't know when this was filed or when it came out. But it's from the Superior District Court, or the Superior Court of the District of Columbia. So I'm assuming, but I'm not totally positive, that maybe this is why he was arrested. Maybe it had something to do with him being arrested. If you look at it, it says the plaintiff is the Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal Church. I believe that's who the owner of the Black Lives banner was. So they have went after, come on, Mr. Tario. But what's interesting about this is the first person named. We are getting into some deep stuff here. The first person named is Jason L. Van Dyke. And this is all public info, so don't give me your shit about having addresses on it and stuff. I didn't have time to redact it. So J.L. Van Dyke, as he's known, is also being, I guess, pursued in this. Well, let's see what the complaint is. Sorry, I'm having to do this all weird by dragging this around. Plaintiff, Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal Church, or Metropolitan AME, or the Church. There's no reason to add all that shit. Is a historic black church in the heart of Washington, D.C. Here's what I don't understand right off the bat. Is this a fucking press release or is this a legal document? I don't think they need your history. In the heart of Washington, D.C., it brings this suit against the Proud Boys, its leadership, and certain of its members for engaging in acts of terror and vandalizing church property in an effort to intimidate the church and silence its support for racial justice. Now, here's another reason this might be a good thing. Hopefully, and I say this in a good way, not to be a jerk or vindictive or anything like that. Hopefully they win this. And that will set precedents, legal precedents, for anybody that's been affected by Black Lives Matter as an organization to sue the organization. Here's the problem. A long time ago, this is Proud Boy history for you. A long time ago, Jason Van Dyke, also known as J.L. Van Dyke, trademarked and basically took ownership of anything trademarked or called the Proud Boys or said Proud Boys on it. And he said, I'm not going to use this to keep people from making Proud Boy merchandise and stuff. That's why a lot of people can basically just Google where to buy Proud Boy shirts and shit. And they can all go buy them. Because JL doesn't want like royalties or permission. He just wanted to own the name, I guess. So now he does own the name. And he also, I guess, is responsible for what they do. Now, back to what I was saying, going off on a little tangent. A lot of people weren't happy with this within the Proud Boys organization. I heard all this secondhand. I used to follow them very closely in my younger days as a reporter. And a lot of people within the organization said, this is a horrible idea. This makes us organized. And we will now be potentially liable as a group for actions taken by a few individuals. And JL said, the reason we're doing this is to protect the organization, to protect the what they call a fraternal organization, and this needs to be done for protection. And a lot of people said, that's absolutely stupid. And then enough people, I guess, didn't do anything to stop it. And as the great Reverend Jeremiah Wright once said, now your chickens are coming home to roost. Oh boy, the conduct of the Proud Boys in Washington, D.C. on December 12th. See, it's now the Proud Boys as a whole. The complaint is lodged against an entire organization. Oh, what I was saying was that they can do that now because the Proud Boys is an actual fraternal organization on paper. So now you can be sued or have members in leadership roles arrested for being heads of these allegedly criminal organizations. I'm not saying they are, but I'm saying that's what this, what would you call this, complaint is alleging? Now, you've already seen lawsuits dropped against Black Lives Matter and Antifa. Why? Why? You know the answer to this. Why? Because they're not an organization. They're an idea. They're not even a group. Or if they are a group, they're a group of individuals. So they don't have any structure. And your government is complicit with this obvious lie to the point where these people can't be touched as an organization. There will be no RICO charges. There will be no class action lawsuits because there's no foundation to prosecute, to sue. So this is where the Proud Boys really fucked up, really bad. And if they lose this, which I won't guess if they will or they won't. However, DC is a very liberal place. And it's also, as you would guess, very political. Kind of like the most political place in the world. So everybody is going to try to score some points on this shit. And let me tell you who the good guys aren't, according to all your politicians, all your cops, and all your media. It ain't the Proud Boys. I'm not saying that personally. I'm saying this is what you've seen as far as people being attacked and people being protected. I don't think that the guy who stabbed the Proud Boys at this last DC thing, I don't even think he was arrested. Or if he was, I don't think he was prosecuted. I could be wrong, but the last I heard, they didn't even arrest the guy. You imagine if a Proud Boy stabbed, let's say 2-3 people? Murder charges, attempted murder. Lock them up and throw away the key. That's what they would do. The conduct of the Proud Boys in Washington, D.C. on December 12, 2020 amounted to a new and dangerous chapter in the long and terrible history of white supremacist mob violence targeting black houses of worship. See what they're doing? They're lumping you in with the KKK and neo-Nazis. Because you're an organization. It doesn't matter that your leader guy is, what do they call him? Oh, black. Doesn't matter. They know what narrative to push. And no matter what you do about it, they will push that narrative. And the media will latch onto it. And all the social media little fucking termites will latch onto it. And you're about to start seeing this in the news over and over again, up to and including and after the DC rally. And now... you're being lumped in with neo-Nazis and the non-existent KKK. No, I'm not a KKK denialist. I'm just saying there might be like 30 of them as a whole in the country. Black houses of worship. You're now church burners, fellas. Metropolitan AME, by its undersigned attorneys, Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights. Oh, I guess that's the end of that paragraph. Let's see if there's anything more. Nope, that's it. So this is going to get bad. However, this will, as you've seen just as I go live, I'm already being told to share Parler posts that will support Enrique's plight, which I'm not fully decided on doing yet. I wish it was a better post to share, just like not one that's like, oh, he's in trouble and he needs your help. Just I need something more like newsworthy. And I'm not being a dick to Enrique, but I'm telling you, he's gonna come out of this smelling like roses. Like, imagine when this gets to, let's say, a criminal trial or something, and they actually try to accuse that guy of being a white supremacist. Like, that's like, at least hopefully the buck will stop in the court where people would go, all right, that's a little ridiculous. Now, it will probably be in a DC court. And I believe DC is a heavily African-American populated city. So, at least he'll be judged by a jury of his peers. Bad joke. Sorry. I'm going to go back to comments because that's what I said I was doing today. So, we'll start from... Wow, a lot of comments. Let's just start with Dat Boy Jordan. Did he die at blonde? Don't know what you're talking about. Episcopalians every single time, says Worst Takes. The African Methodist work ethic. Guyver action. I like that. Maybe I'll turn that into a skit. What is an African Methodist? Someone slightly less likely to rob you? Nice robbing. No, they just take pride in their robbing. They dance better than Baptists. Ooh, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to call you on that. I don't think so. Just tuned in. Did you just mention JL? Yeah, JL Angus has been mentioned along with Enrique Tarrio in legal paperwork where the church that owned the Black Lives Matter banner that was burned in December at the whatever you call it, the rally, they're basically being charged with a crime, I guess. Prison is just a room. Proud Boys is just an idea. They ain't real. Well, that's not what the paperwork says. Pretty dumb on his part. Yeah, very. BLM is an organization. Well, they didn't file paperwork saying they were. There is, they just refused to look for it. No argument for me. He was protected, lots of twinks. DC ain't real. I'm not real. Oh, God, it's going to take me a while to get to the bottom of this. He was let out on $500 bail and charges dropped. There you go. But he's going to get to use this to sell like wristbands and t-shirts and hats. It's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. Do y'all hear that? There's a dog howling. Growling. Not even have time to have sex. Yeah, bummer. Womp womp. He's not even Hotep. He's Afro-Cuban. Get it right. No. Ain't he a black Puerto Rican? I don't know. This is BlackVill'd. Only Ville on this show. Dick on his way to DC. Dick is still in town. He's flying out tomorrow. We paid a little extra. It cost $200 to get his flight moved from early morning, which he doesn't deal well with, to afternoon. So he will be in DC on Tuesday evening. Okay? Stick around. Keep an eye on the channel. I'll do a BlackVill'd tomorrow and like update everybody on what is going on with that. But follow us on Parler. Follow us on DLive. And we'll be putting out live videos and recordings and everything for that. Oh, if you're doing a show Tuesday night, I think that'll be fine. Everybody's schedule, unfortunately, will need to be cleared for DC on Wednesday. So everybody that might have a show on this network, if you're paying attention, I will tell you in the official Murder the Media page later on. Don't plan on doing anything that night. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom. It's the feds at your back door. Howl back. Are they sweaty and musky? You should win that bet. I sell lap dances. Breaking a black dude in DC got arrested for a crime. I would put money that he has been arrested before for worse. Don't be so sure of that. They'll find him guilty if they want to. What are you selling? I'll take two. Grifter's gonna grift. Yes, we do. Let's grift. Do it. Yeah, so I was... I wasn't asked to defend grifting earlier, But I was saying to a friend of mine, very good friend of the show, shout out to Ben Mosley, by the way, having a rough time. If you know Ben, shoot him a message of just support. This is a guy with real problems, non-grifting problems, and he's going through a tough time. So shout out to Mr. Mosley. We are thinking of you. But what was I saying before that? Oh, so I was talking to Ben, and he had mentioned something about grifting on behalf of the Proud Boys. Not me. We were just talking about that. And I said, Murder the Media is only grifted for charity. Until yesterday, where we started grifting for travel money to get... Think of this. We're putting better people in DC than you've ever seen before. I don't understand how people watch these fucking live streams and stay watching it unless there's like just really intense action everywhere, and the guy live streaming is just recording, because the personalities of these people is shit, and they're incredibly popular. I'll give you an example. Tim Pool. Do you remember Tim Pool's live streams? This man is worth a lot of money now. Very popular. He's got hot takes now on being like pseudo right-wing and shit because he realized you people donate more money. And we're sitting here going, we're fucking way more entertaining, way more personality, and nobody gives a shit. Why? Well, because we don't have the footage that these guys have. So we have to start making an attempt now to go to these rallies, to go to these parties, to get these interviews you probably shouldn't give a shit about. But the effort is now being made. This time is the time that we are going to be actually buckling down. Get on board or get the fuck out. It's Murder the Media's year this year. And we're going to be very aggressive. Very, very aggressive. And we're starting out the first week of the new year. This week, January 6th, we collectively, Murder the Media, will be in DC. Now, we've been told, even by other Murder the Media people, this is not a good idea. And I said, why? And they said, I'm probably getting this wrong. Forgive me. But they said, this is not a Proud Boys event. This is just going to be a massive, violent shit show. And I go, oh, that's even better. Because maybe I shouldn't get into it, but I will. Murder the Media is not a fucking Proud Boys network. And as far as the Proud Boys, if you've been watching these people lately, the Proud Boys aren't even the Proud Boys. I have been sent screenshots of some of these chats. There is a revolt going on. And let me tell you why. And I don't know what side I'm on. Yeah, I do. I know a lot of these guys for a long time now. As I said earlier, I used to be an investigative reporter. I've made a lot of connections with these, underground groups and whatnot. And what has been happening, there's a lot of, and I don't get involved in this, but there's a lot of anger, there's a big rift with the people who claim to be, and probably are, Proud Boys, Neo-Proud Boys, as they're called, who joined very recently, and they think the whole thing has to do with going to rallies and fucking up Antifa, which y'all know how I feel about that. It's stupid. Don't go to rallies and fuck up Antifa. You're wasting your time. Go somewhere else and fuck up somebody else. That matters, of importance, that will change something. And then you got the guys, the older guys, not older in years, but just have been around since basically the inception, and they're really about hanging out with each other and having a good time, going to parties, going to bars, and just having a group of people, like-minded individuals, I believe they say, hanging out. They're not supposed to be wearing fucking plate carriers and going into battle in a battle that does nothing. It does fucking nothing. So there's a rift within the organization. I think if I was in it, I probably am not supposed to talk about it, but I'm impartial here, and I'm just giving you the word on the streets. Anyway, that's that. Hopefully that's kind of caught up on. I know I'm not supposed to vape during the show, but it's I'm expending a lot of energy. I'm gonna calm back down. Rallies solve nothing, says Jordan. You're right. Or at least they haven't. You're rallying against the wrong thing. That's another thing. Could you imagine spending your money on plane tickets and airsoft gear and goggles and whatever, and going to stand with a crowd of strangers you don't know, but you have the same cause. You have the same cause, you see. And that cause is going to a city where you were told there would be a rally, and then accomplishing absolutely nothing except maybe getting stabbed, arrested, pepper sprayed. But if your end goal is that there's a corrupt government, there's a corrupt power structure in place, could you imagine wasting your time, your money, your effort, your safety, your health, your potential employment, and going and essentially doing jack shit about the actual problem? None of these people looks at it like that. They look at it like, I think that the majority of these people you see at these fucking rallies are thinking they're making an actual difference. But let's think about it. What difference are you making? You're not doing anything. What I'm hoping happens, I'm not encouraging, I'm just hoping, because we'll get great footage, is that this won't happen. But what I'm hoping happens is all these people get to DC and they're all riled up, right? And they see BLM and Antifa. And they go, not today, bitch. We're going in that big white building. You can try to stop that if you want, you fucking fascist. Go to the, if you're going to a rally in literally the central location of American control, you're just gonna stand on the street and fight with fucking BLM and Antifa? That's your goal? What are you doing? Nothing. But a lot of people that go there, let's be honest, it's very profitable for them to go there. I'm not naming names, and I'm not attacking anybody. This stupid low mic has me doing this. I don't like it. You're going there, and you're basically paying for people to sell shirts and get donations. Let's be honest. And what do they wind up getting donations for? Getting arrested, getting injured, hospital stays, selling merch. And none of that stuff has anything to do with the supposed message. What is the fucking messaging, people? What is the messaging of, I'm going to a city to fight in the streets with people who have no chance whatsoever of changing any policy? And if anything, I am accelerating their ability to influence politicians and get donations by continuing to make them look like the persecuted ones. Skip that step. Skip that step. They're unimportant. Ignore them. Try to get them to join your side. They won't. They're brainwashed, useful idiots. But at the same time, if you go to these rallies and the end goal of the other side is still accomplished by you showing up and doing what they need you to do, aren't you just a useful idiot too? Nobody's ever said that to these people. I don't have to do that. Nobody's ever said that to these people. I'm going to start saying that. You're now a useful idiot. And here's why. Let's play this out. You go there. The left and the leftist government and the police, just all the control arms and all the anti-you arms, the BLMs, the Antifas, the Marxists, they all accuse you of this shit. You go there. You don't do it purposely, and it's definitely mischaracterized, but you essentially prove them right via knowing that the propaganda arms of the media and shit are going to paint you in that light, just like Enrique Tarrio is a white supremacist. They just did that on that affidavit or whatever that you saw. So you're going to go there. They're going to be able to accomplish their goal of painting you exactly how they have already described you for a few years now. That emboldens the other side. That increases their donations. And all the while, you did nothing except benefit the other side. I know you have. If you're mad right now, I know you haven't looked at it from that point of view. But please try. There's not a lot of difference between that and what you probably unironically call the useful idiots on the other side. You've done nothing but accelerate, which I'm okay with, but you've done nothing but accelerate their ability to seize more control and to just speed up everything they've wanted. Now here's the thing. If Trump would have won, there's a chance things would have started going in the right direction. But you have to admit, when you look around, as a whole, the last 4 years, even with Trump in office, has accelerated the left beyond your wildest imaginations. Just think of some of the policies that have happened during Trump's presidency. And now he lost. And maybe he'll get it back. But he won't. But maybe he will. And it slowed nothing down that he was president. And most of what he did was very temporary. Don't forget that. Most of what he did were like executive orders and shit. Biden's just going to reverse that. So, with all the rallies and all the violence and all the rhetoric, it's just emboldened the propaganda against the right. And I'm not blaming the right. Like, I'm not saying, oh, the right is the problem. But they did what you were going to, they took what you were going to do and then just used it against you. And they do it every time. And nothing changed except the Antifa got stronger. You saw the creation and acceleration of Black Lives Matter. And these people will still be around after DC because you keep attacking them like they matter. So, no, I can't tell you that if you're rallying in DC, you might want to choose a better target. But you might not want to just continue doing the same shit over and over again. And you know what? You might want to stop. They're going to be mad at me for this. You might want to stop donating. Yeah, you might want to stop donating to these people who make a living off of doing nothing. And not only doing nothing, but making it essentially worse for you by, if they are doing something, it's definitely the wrong thing. And here I am, hunched over yet again. So, after all that, Dick will be in Washington, D.C. for the Stop the Steal rally, everybody. But he won't be participating in the right-wing or the left-wing violence. Hopefully, we will get some... lemon party. We got a lemon party going on. Hopefully, we will get some good footage of potentially groups of people touring their capital and its capital's fabulous architecture. And scene. All right, everybody. I still got stuff to do. Started late today. That's okay. I guess I'll I'll download this and put it out somewhere and stuff. Wow, we are going crazy with the lemons. All right, let me look at the lemons. I'll probably just. Can somebody tell me why they're donating all the lemons to the show? I ask you to not donate to. I'm not mad, obviously, but if these are dick donations, then I'll try to put them in the travel fund and whatnot. Let me refresh because this isn't working, and the volume might turn on it. Oh, I'm not that far behind. All right, guys. So far we've raised $7 more for Dick. That's fantastic. And I'm going to go ahead and call that a show. Thanks for all the donations. I appreciate it. Stick around. It's going to get more wild and crazy in the coming days, weeks, and months. So expect Murder the Media to start getting into way more shit. And maybe we'll have a legal complaint one of these days soon. We'll be able to use that to our advantage. All right, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm out of here. I will download this show and post it to Telegram. It is already on Facebook. Might as well plug it. Facebook, just go there and put in Thunderdome TV, all one word, no spaces. You're already on DLive. We're on YouTube. YouTube is also Thunderdome TV. And let's get to that paywall here pretty soon. Have a good night, everybody. I will see y'all tomorrow with more updates.